Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a CWPA network broadcast of the MAWPC West Tournament at Mylan Park Aquatic Center in Morgantown, West Virginia. Our free regular season broadcast is brought to you courtesy of Cap 7 and the Collegiate Water Polo Association. Scott Samuel David White's here on CWPATV.com. Hope you're having a great day so far on this Saturday, February 13th, 2021, a day before Love Day, ladies and gentlemen. Our next game up features in the dark caps the Washington and Jefferson Presidents from Washington, Pennsylvania, and in the white caps, first-year program, Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers of Emmitsburg, Maryland. Washington Jefferson 0-1 on the season, had a 24-6 loss earlier today to McKendree. Mount St. Mary's 1-2 on the season, coming off of a 10-7 win over Mercyhurst, its first win in program history on February 6 at its home pool. Nikola Milezinov, the head coach for Washington and Jefferson, he's 14-57 with the President's men varsity team. Head coach for Mount St. Mary's, that's Alyssa Diacono, 2017 graduate of San Diego State. And during her time with the Aztecs, the team went 76-60, a 26-0 record in Golden Coast Conference play. How about 158 goals? Mount St. Mary's in white going left or right. We'll start it off with the sprint. Keep an eye out for Jason O'Donnell, number 5. He leads the team in 9 goals. So the Mount going left to right in white will have 4 8-minute quarters in regulation with a 30-second shot clock. It is pounded away by W&J. The Presidents in the dark caps will swim right to left. W&J now at the 2, now at the free or the point. Back to the 2. Trying to lean inside, close to the hole, trying to find room. I believe a 5-meter free throw. Penalty throw will be awarded early on here for the Presidents. And it's saved there. That might be Marco Kruska. Penalty unsuccessful for W&J. Now this season, goalkeepers are allowed to cross the half-distance line, and Marco Kruska, who is one of the 2 keepers for MSM, has 3 goals on the season. But back to Washington Jefferson, a minute into the game, heading right, left, and dark, and slips it past the keeper, and W&J is on the board. That's a goal for Kitch, at least his second of the year. He had one in the 24-6 loss earlier today here to McKendree. That loss to McKendree snapped a 2-game losing streak. 2-game win streak, pardon. No goal, that was after the whistle. Andy Matson, Elijah Fellers are the officials. So 1-0 Presidents. An offensive foul called on W&J. The loss earlier to McKendree, the 24-6 count. The 5th straight season opening loss. That's going across the plane. Don't need a lot of power, just needed to go through. That's a goal for number 5. Jason O'Donnell, that's his 10th of the season. And the Mount gets even at 1-1. He's a freshman from Beaconsfield, Quebec. O'Donnell's one of 2 from Beaconsfield. Casper Zeiplick, also from Beaconsfield. Blocked in the field and secured by the Mount. possession Mountaineers going left to right in white. Throughout this game, the Mount would be heading left to right, and Washington Jefferson right to left due to safety and health procedures. Shot clock probably close to 10 seconds. And it was a wasted possession. Not very smart for the Mount. W&J inside the 2. That's Kitch. Brings it back to the 6-meter area. Lost his cap. Now from the point, swings too high. Goal throw for the Mount. Jason O'Donnell, number 5 in white, the one who scored the goal for the Mount in this one, earned MAWPC West Rookie of the Week honors for last week. So for O'Donnell, he's the first player in program history with double-digit goals, and that's the first lead of the game for the Mount. That's Jason Fitch, the freshman from Middle River, Maryland. 2-1, Mount St. Mary's in white over W&J in dark. Couple minutes into this one. This is the final game of the weekend for Washington and Jefferson. Mount St. Mary's has a contest scheduled against McHenry tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day. It is from the point, and it is denied by the crossbar. Outlet ahead. Mount looking for more. Washington Jefferson counters with the steal. It is secure there for the Mount. By the way, Washington Jefferson has scored 9 or fewer goals now in 7 straight games. Hasn't deposited double figures since a 23-20 win over Austin College back on October 25th, 2019, the President's Senior Day. Ordinary foul. They'll take it back from 6 meters, and now you can shoot, which they will. And that is off the crossbar. Goal throw here for the Presidents. Mount St. Mary's leads this one 2-1 in the Whitecaps early on, thanks to goals from O'Donnell and Fitch. Kitch with the lone tally, who believes so far for W&J. Taking it from the point now. And the save there. There are 2 goalies for the Mount. You have Marco Krustka and Joseph Maxson. Backhanded and hits the back of the net. O'Donnell with his 2nd in the game. That's his 11th for the year. Make that Mount St. Mary's and the Whitecaps free, and Washington Jefferson the dark 1, and Nikola Milezanov has seen enough. 3-0. Mount St. Joseph run with 2:39 to go in our opening stanza. The CWPA YouTube channel is your #1 video source for everything water polo. Make sure to check out our Tip of the Week series, Inside Water Moments, highlights, and more. Visit youtube.com and search CWPA Water Polo. And we have 4 8-minute quarters on tap in this one. We're in the first of the 4. And interestingly, since this is such a condensed season, after this weekend, next weekend, we're planning on having 6 more MAWPC West games from home and Aquatic Center in Erie on February 20th and 21st. Also one on February 19th at Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's taking on Salem University of Salem, West Virginia in a makeup. Salem is actually the tournament host for this tournament here at Mylan Park, unable to participate this weekend. W&J out of the timeout. Looks like we had a violation, maybe an illegal screen, pummeled out of play. Goal throw here for the Presidents. Presidents goalies listed as Shujuo Ma and Kane Dusa. The Mount right now, after that early concession, hasn't really had any trouble. That was a tough shot, though. And St. Mary's back on the attack. Inside, that was set for the hole. Secured by the Presidents. Alyssa Diacono was hired nearly a year ago as the first head coach for the men's and women's programs. One of 2 women to be a head coach in the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference West. McKendree is led by Colleen Lishley. Another ordinary foul from the 2 now on the Mount territory. About a minute or so left here in the first. That is a shot clock violation. It was not a smart dump off. Out ahead, close to the driver. Now to the 5. Now that's out to the right flat, near the 6-meter area. Inside, pump fake, back up top. Trying to go inside. Lost control, and the Presidents will handle. 3-1, Mount. 2-goal lead. The team in the white. And there's another save for the Mount. There's the outlet. Player loses his cap. Wide open! He's going to have to collect his cap. He'll take it. "4-1 now. That might have been O'Donnell again. That's O'Donnell. That would be his 3rd of the contest. O'Donnell has really handled the Presidents well. And I believe that was O'Donnell. Sorry if I got it wrong, but he's really been into it. That would be his 12th off the post. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. Washington Jefferson got the first one from Will Kitch, but Jason O'Donnell, Jason Fitch able to contribute to a 4-0 run. And after these first 8 minutes, it's the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers in the white 4. And the Washington Jefferson Presidents in the dark 1.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, 3-time Olympian and co-founder of Cap 7. And today we're going to talk about when and when not to call a timeout and the strategies behind that. Timeouts are a critical part of the game, and being prepared can really help you maximize your opportunities. I found when calling a timeout, you have certain things prepared before the game. So maybe it's my best 5-on-6. I've got my 5 players that I would want in the pool. If the other team calls a timeout, I'm ready to put those players in, bring out some of my players who might be better on offense, but weak on defense, and I can get my best 5 players in, or my best 6 players if it's a front court. There wasn't an exclusion and there's a timeout. So I can be ready to make some changes. And similarly, if I'm calling the timeout and I have a power play, or if I'm running a play in the front court and I have certain players that aren't in the pool when I call the timeout that I want to run a specific play, then I'll have that handy, be able to look at it real quick and not have to think about it as I want to talk about other things and focus on motivating the team as well. So when using a timeout, a couple things to think about is it's not just about the play you're going to set up at that moment.
4-1 Mount St. Mary's over Washington Jefferson. Jason O'Donnell leading the way. A couple goals for the Mount. Will Kitch scored the first goal of the game for W&J, which lost 24-6 to McKendree earlier today. And this is the second game in the season for Washington Jefferson. The 4th contested game for the Mount, but the 5th game overall. Had a 26-13 exhibition loss here at Mylan Park on January 23rd. Sprint controlled by W&J, so the Presidents will try to get back in it, and will right now. Places the deficit to 2 on the goal by number 7, Chris Edwards. Edwards makes it now Mount St. Mary's in white 4, Washington Jefferson in dark 2. Most goals the Mount has scored in a game that has counted, 10. Had 26-13 exhibition loss to Salem a couple weeks ago. Mount has that picked off. Ordinary foul called in the Mount zone. Squib pass out to the 2 or the flat. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Takes it. That is off the hands. It's going to be a 2-meter for W&J. Well done. It was a tough shot to handle. So if you don't want to take your chances and see whether or not it's going to go off the crossbar, you got to make that save. Off the palm. Recovered for the Presidents in dark, down by 2. That goal by Edwards in this period ended a 4-0 run by the Mount. There's a power play. Timeout called by Alyssa Diacono. 14 and out with 6:34 to go. It's Mount St. Mary's in white 4, Washington Jefferson in dark 2. Follow us on Twitter at CWPA Water Polo for all water polo and to find out what is happening around the league. So the Mount, first season, program history, albeit a bit unconventional. Diacono, the head coach of the Mount, previous 2 years had been a graduate assistant at Mercyhurst. And out of the irony, the Mount's first win ever 10-7 over Mercyhurst last weekend. Mercyhurst coached by Curtis Robinette. Robinette, the Coach of the Year in the MAWPC West in 2019. Actually, it's W&J which gets the ball at the timeout. Not the Mount. And gets the power play knock. It's Kitch with his second. Will Kitch had at least 35 tallies in 2019 to lead all President scorers. And this is a 2-0 run. The closest the Mount has played in any game so far had been 3 goals. But you really need to have that ball with number 5, Jason O'Donnell. O'Donnell has it now. Taking a top inside, that was Casper Seibler. Secured by the Presidents. There's 6 to play in the second. Now St. Mary's clinging to a 1-goal lead. Gave up the first goal but scored the next 4. Looked like a lob that went out of play. Goal throw here for the Mount. Now the counter. Looks like that might be Matthew Schwenk. And he cashes in. It's Matthew Schwenk getting on the board. Schwenky, as they call him, from Glenlock, Pennsylvania. The freshman Schwenk makes it 5-3. Mount St. Mary's. The lead is back to 2. Ending the 2-0 W&J run. That's a stop. Not only did he use the crossbar, but also kept his eye on it the whole time. Now dribbling left to right. Mountaineers are on it! Spotlight shown on number 9, Ben Dable. O'Donnell might have had a hand in it. And it's now 6-3. The Mount over W&J. Now it's a 2-0 Mount St. Mary's run. And we'll have the after scoring procedures. Washington Jefferson now heading right to left and dart. Now from the point, close to the flat. Skip shot. Out of play. Goal throw for the Mountaineers. And to the right side. There's Seiplet. W&J called. For an exclusion foul. Melissa Diacono will like to talk it over. 6-3. Mount St. Mary's. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. So that was Mount St. Mary's first timeout taken. Washington Jefferson has already taken 2 with about 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. The CWPA Alumni Initiative is an important one. We're asking graduating seniors to get involved by either becoming a referee, mentor, coach, or financial supporter. Call the number on the screen or send an email to the address on your screen if you wish to get involved. So now, Alyssa Diacono, after the timeout, having her team set up for the 6-on-5. Setting up inside, back it up. Side blick. Inside to Will Twizzle. Twizzle lost the read. Even strength now. We got to get it off now. That should be a shot clock violation. Not the sequence Diacono probably called for. Now W&J could set up in the Mount end. And that's how you get it done. That's goal for Mitchell Rubio. And just like that, what had once been a 3-goal deficit, down to 2. Couple of 3-goal deficits, that is. 1 in the first, 3 in the second for Washington and Jefferson. 4 in the first, 2 in the second for the Mount. No more games for these two teams today. Mount has one against McKendree tomorrow. And I don't believe that's going to count. It was after the fact. Because there's a power play for the Presidents. Oh, this will be a critical 6-on-5. Goes to the point now. Showing motion. Another dry pass. Takes another dry. Had it with authority. Pounces it in there. That's how you get a rebound. That might be A.J. Alderman. All of a sudden, back to a 1-goal game. A.J. Alderman. Right place at the right time. Limited time left here in the first half. Thinking it, sends it, Paravion. O'Donnell. You gotta love that. Jason O'Donnell got a handful now. 2, 3, 4 goals. Leads the team in double figures for the season. Rookie of the week from last weekend. Now W&J heading right to left and has that taken away. Ordinary foul. So Mount will get it back. Send it to the right side. Time running out here on the shot clock. Dumps it for the driver. Oh man, that was not easy. Ben Dable able to collect. So for Dable, he makes it Mount 8. Washington Jefferson in dark 5. Now it's another 2-0 run for the Mountaineers. 4 in the first, 4 in the second for the Mount, 1 in the first, 4 in the second for the Presidents. Presidents are still in it. He might have been offsides. Wet pass on the outlet. And that's a no-no. bring it back to W&J. Washington Jefferson had 6 goals in 32 minutes against McKendree a couple hours ago. Goal here would match that, and we still got another couple quarters to play. Under 10 on the shot clock for the Presidents. And Dark, skip shot. Goal throw for Mount St. Mary's. Inside 6 meters, now out at the point. Flightblick has that denied. This Washington Jefferson team, 2017, 1-18. So for the seniors, they went from 1-18 to 8-17, and last season, 2019, 5-21. Looking for win number 1 in this very short winter 2021 campaign. Started today and basically could end in 2 weekends at the MAWPC West Championship Tournament in Erie, Pennsylvania. Ordinary foul issued. Turnover. So W&J would like to get one more. Now the head, 1-on-2. That was a wet pass. Mount so far doing well within 2 meters of its goal. We had ourselves a good one so far here in Morgantown. Off of the keeper's head. And the Mount extend the lead now. See Jason O'Donnell, in there, number 5. Him being a freshman, as the Mount gets more acquainted to the competition, start to think maybe he'll get stronger. Maybe down the road, Mount could be a serious contender. Possibly even this season. Still plenty of water polo to go in this game, and some other action this season. Shot clock is unplugged. So a 5-goal second quarter after a 4-1 showing in the first. And the Mount having a good showing so far. We're 16 minutes into the second of 3 games of the day. 4 goals for W&J in the second, but the Mount had 5. The Mountaineers lead the Presidents at the half by a count of 9-5.
Hi, I'm Wolf Weigo, co-founder of Cap 7. Today we're going to work on a controlled passing drill where we have 2 players, and if we have a team, we'll have players in a line along the pool, and we'll have 2 rows if necessary. And this is a great way just to get some good controlled passing, working on technique for all the players. It's much easier to identify the players whose technique is not perfect yet in this format instead of sort of a chaos of players out in the pool. So good way to really isolate the players and check the technique. Always a good training drill. A variation on this drill is where we do sort of a delay on the pass, and that's when I'll come with a small hitch with my shoulders, and I'll come to here and sort of lock the defense. This is really important for passing the 2 meters, and a lot of times if you do this, the guard will expose what they're doing, maybe jumping to one side, and you'll make an easy pass to another. It's also good for perimeter passes, where you can lock like you're looking to 2 meters, and then finish with the pass. The most important thing is once you do that first rotation, where you come to here, you don't reset your arm back. You're gonna pass from that stopping point. So I'm gonna do a rotation, hold here, and then I'm gonna continue pass from that point without bringing my arm back. Let's check it out. We can also do a lot of other drills for passing in this format. Let's take a look at a few of those. Go back the other way. The Cap 7 heavy training 1 kilo ball is also great for all these passing drills. To really strengthen your shoulder, your shooting arm, as well as develop your legs as well. And you can always use this in conjunction with the weight belt also.
Be sure to check out our new CWPA Remote Series Professional Edition on the CWPA YouTube channel. We have Olympian George Gross Jr. interviewing water polo alumni from a variety of schools and variety of professions. We take a look at how water polo helped them in college and beyond. New episodes come out every week on Thursday, circumstances permitting. Be sure to like and subscribe. As we enter the second half of play here in MAWPC West men's action, it's Mount St. Mary's in white 9, Washington Jefferson in dark 5, Jason O'Donnell, freshman who wears number 5 from Beaconsville, Quebec for the Mount. There's a handful of tallies, it appears. Will Kitch has a pair. Alderman, Edwards, and Rubia, I believe, also have scored for Washington and Jefferson. We're at the Aquatic Center at Mylan Park, Morgantown, West Virginia. This weekend, we originally planned on also streaming MAWPC East Suburb section games from the U.S. Naval Academy. However, George Washington versus Navy for today and tomorrow, or for tomorrow actually. Well, the games that were supposed to be today and tomorrow have been canceled for George Washington versus Navy since Bucknell had a closed campus for the week. Washington Jefferson secures the ball, heading right to left. Down 4, Presidents need to go on a run. Now up top, the leader motion. There's even strength. Shot clock counting down. And it will be a fresh shot clock and a power play for the Presidents. 6 on 5 for 20 seconds. 10 seconds left in the power play. That is what a wide right. Goal throw for the Mountaineers. Skip shot. Nikola Lezinov has a lot on his mind right now on the sidelines for the Presidents. Here's how important these sequences are. Minute plus into the third. Faking 5 on the shot clock. They gotta shoot. I don't think they know how much time was left. And it's a breakaway, 2 on no one for the Mount. He could take it right to the house. And that's Jason Fitch taking it to the house for sure, and it's 10-5. 2-1. I'm sure Malezinov isn't pleased. You see, the officials are near the 2-meter area, so are the coaches. Largest lead now at 5 for the Mount. There's an opening. It's back to 4. Rebound effort cashed in by Chris Edwards. Number 7 has at least his second. Mount's lead down to 4. It's Mount St. Mary's in white 10, Washington Jefferson in dark 6. After this game, at around 7 p.m. Eastern on this February 13th, we plan on bringing you the Gannon Golden Knights and the McHenry Bearcats. Gannon, the defending MAWPC West champ, against McHenry, the last MAWC West foe to defeat Gannon in conference play. That was in the 2018 MAWPC West title game. Should be an interesting one. All time, Gannon leads 7-1 against McHenry. We'll now take it up top. W&J fires. Locked down. Well, that's a little too close for comfort. Close to halfway through this third. Mount now in the attack. And that was probably heading to Maryland. School's located in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Now on the attack, W&J. And it's an easy call. 6-on-5 opportunity now for the Presidents. Taking it from the 2. That's a dry pass. Showing motion. Lost control. 5 seconds on the man advantage. Now at the half-distance area. From the 1. Good cross. Fires, blocked in the field. Now the Mount showing aggression. Goalie comes out. And W&J is guilty. So the Mount doesn't have many of these in this one. But in critical 6-on-5. That shot will go through. Will Twizzle, a grad student from Adelaide, Australia, ups the lead to 11-6 for Mount St. Mary's in white over Washington Jefferson. In terms of official games, Mount has set a program record for goals. Had 13 in an exhibition loss to Salem on January 23rd, 26-13, but it didn't count. I believe there weren't enough players on rosters for that to be sanctioned. Shot clock at 13. 11-6. Mountaineers leads up to 5. It was 9-5 at the half. Ordinary foul called against the Presidents. W&J has lost 5 straight season openers, if you include today's 24-6 loss to McHenry. Power play again for the Mountaineers. Set inside. Denied by the crossbar. Possession will be back to the Presidents. Presidents in the 2019 season averaged 8.76 goals a game, allowed 16 per. Right now, 35 goals allowed in the nearly 7 quarters played this season. Not a stat you want to see, 17.5 goals allowed per, necessarily. Mount creeping ahead at the point near half distance, at the 2 now. Inching closer, another dry pass. There's an infraction called. If you're Washington Jefferson, you shouldn't necessarily take too much time on each possession, especially if you're near the closing parts of the third. Out ahead, did not turn the right direction, was denied. Quick outlet, there's an opening, here we go. And boy, that's something you don't want to mess up. How about Jason O'Donnell, number 5, leading all scorers in this game, I believe. He had 9 goals in 2 games last weekend. He could be someone who could someday, even possibly this weekend, depending on what happens, score 10 goals in the game. Now leading 12-6 over the Presidents. Listen to Diacono and thinking, wow, I got myself a player for years to come. Yeah, it's over the outstretched arm. Chris Edwards. I believe his third tally. 12-7 now. Mountaineers in white over Washington Jefferson in dark. Inside 2 meters, taken away by the Presidents. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third for Washington Jefferson. 4 in the first, 5 in the second, 3 in the third for the Mount. Mountaineers will secure again. In the 10-7 win over Mercyhurst last weekend, the first in program history, the Mount led 8-6 entering the 4th quarter. Right now it's a 5-goal lead, so you have some leeway. Blocked in the field on the shot by Matthew Schwenke. W&J will be back on attack, right to left. Washington Jefferson ended last season on a 2-game win streak. Last season won its conference opener before dropping the final 5 conference games. That's behind the keeper. He lost control. Each team has 3 goals this 3rd quarter. That's something that you really need to keep an eye on if you're the goalkeeper. But if you're Washington Jefferson, you take that and you build on it. It's a 4-goal game. Ordinary foul from the far side. In enemy territory. Toward the closing parts of the 3rd quarter here at Mylan Park in our second of third games of the day. 5 games scheduled total this weekend here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Washington Jefferson can't get trippy, otherwise a minor act of misconduct could be issued. Be a 6-on-5 for the Mount. And will be taken away. And that will do it here for the third quarter of play. Washington Jefferson hanging in there with the Mount. It's Mount St. Mary's in dark 12. Washington Jefferson in white 8. 8 more minutes of regulation to go. But will there be 8 more minutes?
Cap 7 is a small company that started out of the back of our garages, and we were doing clinics and camps around the country. We pride ourselves as a company with Cap 7 and Turbo to sponsor as much and give back to the sport as much as we can. Last year we gave over $250,000 back to the sport, and all our products are built by water polo players and for water polo players.
You're watching the CWPA broadcast brought to you by Cap 7.
Hi, I'm W.Va with Cap 7. There's one more quarter to go in this game. Fourth quarter coming up now.
Fourth quarter is on its way here. Mount St. Mary's, which led 9-5 at the half, able to stay at 4 goals in the lead. It's 12-8 in favor of the Mountaineers of Emmitsburg. Scott Samuel David Weiss here. Second straight day in which we've had action on the CWPA network after over 340 days since our last stream. Glad to be back here, and we've missed it. So when we get back in the pool, it will be Mount St. Mary's in white heading left to right, Washington Jefferson in dark right to left. And following this game, we'll have a respite for some time before Gannon and McKendree enter the pool for a 7:00 p.m. Eastern tilt for a final of 3 games of the day. Tomorrow we plan on having McKendree versus Mount St. Mary's and Mercyhurst versus McKendree as well. Here on CWPATV.com, pending the circumstances, and tomorrow is Valentine's Day. We'll see if the players can show the love. Fourth quarter sprint. Jump ball called. So we're going to have a toss at the half distance line. The Mount heading left to right in white. And St. Mary's controls. I think that was Brock Kudahai. Mount gets it back. And it's the first meeting all time between the two institutions. This is the Mount's first season in varsity. Also would be the first season in women's varsity when the circumstances hopefully permit. Oh, that's a sizzle shot! And connects. Jason O'Donnell, have yourself a game. Six, 7, 8 goals. He has a lot, I believe. Someone who entered the game with 9 goals in the season. The first goal in team history had been scored by Marco Puska in the 26-5 loss to Gannon on January 23rd, which was here at Mylan Park. Good dribble for Fitch. A lot of bodies for the Presidents. It's a 5-goal difference. Now a counterattack. Presidents can't waste much time. At 6 meters. Trying to spin around. Takes the shot and connects the dots. That might be another one for Kitch. Will Kitch, believe that's his third, to make it now Mount 13, Washington Jefferson 9 here in the fourth. Couple minutes in. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. 1 so far in the fourth, 4 in the first, 5 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth for Mount St. Mary's. Another ordinary foul called in W&J territory. I think the ball under was called on the Mount. Washington Jefferson coming out ahead. Good stop for the Mount. Washington Jefferson hasn't won an overtime game since 2015. In order to think about having a shot at winning, gotta stop the run. And that is off the head, across the plane. Good for Eli Fallos to make it now 14-9, Mount St. Mary's. Close to the halfway part of our final regulation period. Fallos entered the game with 6 goals, 30% shooting. By the way, Jason O'Donnell entered this game shooting 69%. It's not a surprise that a lot of his shots have resulted in tallies. Washington Jefferson on the attack now at the 4. On the play, full throw. Inside and good. Fitch has a couple. That's Jason Fitch, maybe his third or more. 15-9 now. By the way, that is a program record. This is its 4th contested game. Still some time to get maybe 5 more. Get its first win outside the state of Maryland. W&J, though, will be on the man advantage. Down 6. You have to go quick. Club has 7-minute quarters, varsity's 8, so you got to take advantage of the extra time. Now inside enemy territory, spinning. The keeper is way out in front. It's a 5-meter penalty throw awarded. Take the shot and connects. Jason O'Donnell does it again. It's 16-9. This is a 4-1 fourth quarter scoring run. It was 12-8 entering this period. Stop in the tracks. Possession will go back to the Mount. 7-goal lead. A lot of hollering in the water. It's a wet pass, and the backhander is successful. Mount St. Mary's in white 17, Washington Jefferson in dark 9. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes left in this one. Washington Jefferson has been held to 9 or fewer goals. Entering this one 6 games in a row. If held here, it would be the 7th. 23-20 win over Austin College on October 25th, 2019, the last time it had double figures. Back to the Mount it goes. Alyssa Diacono has to be pleased with her team's effort, but looking for more. Diacono, one of 2 female head coaches in the MAWPC West, calling Wesley McKendry. Be a matchup of female head coaches, circumstances permitting, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, Valentine's Day 2021. The circumstances permit. Set up inside. Had to wait for it because to see if there was an interference call, but it's no interference. The goal is good for Chris Edwards, number 7, 17-10. And that snaps a 6-game stretch without double figures. Washington Jefferson pleased probably with double figures, but not pleased that it's still a 7-goal deficit. You do not want to start conference play 0-2. Now, the Mount, though, has a 1-2 record. Already played some conference games. Mount trying to improve to 2-2 on the season. W&J would drop to 0-2. I believe the Mount next Saturday, the 19th of February, tentatively has a game scheduled against Salem University, pending the circumstances. That's going to be a power play opportunity for the Mount. 4 in the first, 5 in the second, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth. And time just not on the side right now for the Presidents. Save there by the post. Like the last regular season conference win for W&J came against program, and unfortunately will just continue varsity after this school year. Monmouth, Illinois was 16-11 on September 28th, 2019. Monmouth, Connecticut College not participating this season. Would have been a shot clock violation had it not hit the post. And I think Alyssa Diacono will call a timeout. A minute and 38 to go. So, tentatively speaking, the United States Naval Academy and Fordham University plan on hosting Winter 2021 Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference crossover events on February 27th. This would determine seeding for the MAWPC Championship Tournament which is scheduled for, I believe, the first weekend in March at the Naval Academy. The top two teams in the Mid-Atlantic West from the Mid-Atlantic West champs on February 27th and 28th in Erie, Pennsylvania will qualify for the March 6th and 7th MAWPC Championship Tournament in Annapolis, Maryland. Of course, circumstances permitting. Skip shot with the backhand, now to play. No throw here for the Presidents. Moving right to left and dark. And there is another no-no for Nikola Malezinov's squad. The Mount back on the attack. Hesitates and gets it confiscated. There is still time on the shot clock. 15 seconds. It's Kyle Rubenstein. Now at the point, off the noggin of a Mountaineer. It's been that type of day for W&J. Just running out of gas. When the points really matter. Now to the far side, outside 6 meters. And W&J back to work. Dribbling right to left now and dark. Shot clock is unplugged, so the Mount will improve to 2-2 in contested games on the season. Washington Jefferson will slip to 0-2. It's like a ball under. We'll see if the Mount will try for one last. But that will do it. That is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. The final score here from Morgantown, West Virginia. It's the Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers in the Whitecaps 17. And the Washington Jefferson Presidents in the dark 10. Player of the game, Jason O'Donnell, who had quite a few goals in this one. At least 5, perhaps. O'Donnell entered the game with 9. Had quite a few in this one. The freshman from Beaconsfield, Quebec, definitely helped contribute to the program's second win. Now, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the CWPA Network's free broadcast, courtesy of Cap 7 in the Collegiate Water Polo Association. Our next game up is scheduled for 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern today, Saturday, February 23rd, 2021. Which will feature the Gannon Golden Knights and the McHenry Bearcats. Stay tuned and don't forget to check us out on our website, www.collegiatewaterpolo.org, to stay up to date on league news, schedules, streaming information, and new initiatives. Again, final score here from Mylan Park, Mount St. Mary's 17, Washington Jefferson 10. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. A couple hours, we plan on being back for our third and final game of the day in MAWPC West action. So stick around.